All right. Hey, what's up? Ooh, 4 likes before we even began. Nice. Hey, Adriana, what's up? Joel, what's up? Good evening to everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining. So, let's get started right away since it's a very late stream. I don't want to keep everyone waiting. But again, thank you guys so much for the likes. Let's see if we can get to 10 likes tonight. But even if you don't, that's completely fine. But as you guys can see on the title, all right, I said crap goes up and Tesla to $300. So let's attack the ladder first. Okay, so Tesla. So Tesla has been a pretty good watch for the last 2 weeks. The reason why is that we've been making a pretty tight consolidation, very good tight range between, I would say, around 230.80-ish to around 242. And today we finally broke out of that 242 resistance level. And that's kind of the confirmation point for us to be getting out or breaking out of this tight deadlock. And we also got a second confirmation that we're now in an uptrend because we have created a new higher high pivot point today. So the high of the day today was 247, and then after hours we went up even higher. We went up to, I believe, 248 plus. So the fact that we made a higher high compared to this pivot high point, which was 246.70, officially solidifies the fact that Tesla is ready to move up higher. Now, Tesla has a huge amount of call buys at the $300 strike. So if you guys take a look at the contract, the option contract for the strike of $300 that expire on January 19th, 2024, that buyer or buyers are still in that contract. And to my belief, to my knowledge, I believe that they got in those contracts somewhere around the $6 to $9 range. So around $600 to $900 per contract. So right now they're obviously down, but if we do see a breakout, if we see a continued breakout, we should see a lot more people who have been staying on the sidelines for Tesla coming back in, especially the bulls. Now, we also had some news about the Cybertruck on Twitter or X. Elon Musk just tweeted out one sentence that Cybertruck is going to be, sent out to people who have reserved or bought the actual truck. So that's bringing in a lot of hype. There is also the Cybertruck event. I believe they're going to be holding it by the end of this month, I believe. I think I forgot the actual date. But regardless of that, there is an event coming up for the Cybertruck itself, which means that there will be more demand. Now, Tesla here has been making a pretty interesting pattern. All right, so if I go all the way back to right around here, okay? So do you see how when we consolidated right around this area, okay, and we made a nice gap down, look what we did. We consolidated, made one step up, consolidated again, made another step up, consolidated again, and then right after that, it was just straight up. Literally a vertical move up, an exponential move up higher, an exponential curve as well. And so I believe we could be seeing something similar in that same manner here because, well, we had a gap down, okay, and we moved down, we consolidated, moved up, consolidated, moved up, consolidated, and now we're moving up. But there's something that's slightly different. We have this macro descending resistance trend line. And so right now I have a target, I've had a target to 252 for Tesla. And this is where we're also going to be seeing that retest of this descending resistance trend line, especially if we do see that continued buying and bullish momentum tomorrow, which I firmly believe we'll see that because today the volume the daily volume was a lot higher than the average volume that we usually see on Tesla. And so the average volume so far has been at around 125. And today, the daily volume was 148, almost 150. So again, 150 million, if you guys aren't looking at the top left here. But for Tesla, I would want to see increased volume, so even bigger volume than this, as we head up into major areas of supply. And again, where's that first area of supply? At 252, right? At 252 and above. So if we're able to retest 252, tightly consolidate underneath this resistance level, then we should be able to see a very good short squeeze to the upside and potentially head over to that $300 psychological whole number level, right? And again, don't forget that there are buyers, or there's one buyer that's still sitting on that 300 strike call contract that expires on January 19th. Right, I believe that person or persons, they bought that back in, I want to say back in June, I think. No, not back in June. I think it was back in August, mid-August, if I remember. Somewhere around there. My memory is kind of failing me here, but yeah, that person or persons have been holding that contract since they've opened it, and there's just been a constant flux of day traders and short-term swing traders going in and out of that specific contract. But there is that one buyer or buyers still sitting on that contract. How do you know? Take a look at the open interest. Okay, so Tesla, I am looking for 252 as the first target tomorrow, but if we do break out of 252, we should be seeing this exponential type of curve to the upside, this vertical move up to the upside, and that should bring us at least to $300 and plus. Okay, so this is exactly what I want to see on Tesla, because, well, why am I expecting this? Well, we've seen it in the past. Right, Tesla has done this many times in the past. Now, just as a precaution, okay, Tesla's seasonality price action tells us, on average, that December tends to be a little bit weak, right? December tends to be one of the worst performing months for Tesla. However, there are different factors and different conditions that are now affecting the price action. We have the Cybertruck event. We have the overall market seasonality for December that is potentially setting up for that Santa Claus rally, or Santa rally if you guys want to shorten it up. But again, I don't know the future. I'm just basing everything off of data that we have right now and the past as well. And so that's just a precaution to any long-term swing traders or position traders in Tesla that is trying to get in if we do break out over 252. Okay, now again, for Tesla, it's a highly volatile name, so make sure you guys have a pretty good stop loss, but at the same time, a logical and not too tight of a stop loss. Right, I always tell you guys this for very volatile tech names, because you can be completely shaken out and then the stock decides to pivot right from the stop loss that you were just at, and after the stop loss was triggered, the price just moves away and starts to move in your favor. That's like one of the worst feelings that you can get when you're in a position, right? So make sure you guys have a logical stop loss, and again, not just logical, but something that you can actually tolerate with the amount of risk that you already put on into that position, right? So risk tolerance is something that you guys should always be, considering whenever you guys are in a position. Doesn't matter if it's on Tesla. It doesn't matter if it's on a low beta stock. All right. You guys should always have a stop loss considering your risk tolerance, and obviously just the entire logic of it, right? So, but yeah, so that's kind of what I think about Tesla here. Tesla has been overall as well a very big laggard, as a mega cap stock name, compared to like Amazon, Microsoft, Adobe, Apple, right? So there could be a chance that we start to see a shift, a sector rotation, not really a sector rotation, but a money outflow from the other big mega cap stocks that have already run to the upside by a lot since October's lows, okay? And all that money can start coming back into Tesla, which is a very major laggard for a big mega cap tech stock, okay? And that's exactly what we want to see. And so that's another reason why I also got Meta puts, okay? Meta. This is the short position that I got from Meta. I didn't like how we decided to break below the 10 SMA yesterday with an inverted hammer candlestick. And today, it was a bullish candlestick, but we're getting lower volume, right? And throughout the entire market, okay, now we're going to start talking about the markets here, okay? Throughout the entire market, we've been having a very, very tight price range day. And if you guys remember what I said, for all the members from the Monday huddle video last night, I told you guys that the volume should still pick up, except I'm not going to expect the price to continue to move up or have a huge, breakout day. And I told you guys that most likely the price is going to tighten up in between 451.50 to 456. And that's exactly what we did today as we retested 456 because the high of the day was 456.27. And then we rejected and we closed around the midpoint area on today's candlestick. And again, today's price action just completely confirmed what I said last night. Increase in volume, but we're not going to see some sort of a large breakout to the upside. Because again, why? We need to see a pullback. We've been waiting for one. And the market has become a bit sluggish. How do we know this? Well, the last time we tried to push up higher, which was last Monday, which was a very short week, mind you, we didn't continue to move up. And if I was going to be very bullish last week, I would have expected 456 to be broken and then we retest the current 2023 highs at 459.44. But we didn't do that, right? We didn't do that. So that tells me that this third attempt move up higher was a failure, right? Now, obviously that could be a little bit too early to say, but all the signs are there. The technical indications are there. So, with the overbought market, we're still staying over that value of 70 on the RSI, the relative strength index. But just based on the price action, it looks like we're ready to move back down. And if the mega cap stocks start to participate in this pullback, we will see the overall markets coming back down as well. And hopefully we can start to see that money outflow from the mega cap leader stocks and going into laggards such as Tesla. Okay, because Tesla has been neglected for way too long, right? And if you guys just take a look at the scale of the other mega cap stocks that have risen up since October lows compared to Tesla, Tesla looks, it looks minuscule, right? You guys can, it's self-explanatory, right? I don't think I need to really explain this, but just visually, right? When you're observing this daily chart on Tesla and comparing it to Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Adobe, and etc., Tesla looks very, very sad, right? So I'm expecting, again, Tesla to hit 252 as the first profit target, and eventually we can hit 268, 276, but maximum, I want to see that 300 strike happening here for the price, right? Because the call contracts that I've been looking at and I've been kind of focusing in on that specific person or persons, who knows? I don't know if it's one specific buyer or multiple buyers, but I truly think that we can see some sort of a large run up in Tesla to finally bring some happiness to that person or persons who are in that specific contract. So I'm rooting for them. I'm literally rooting for them because I want to be in those same contracts as well. But I really want to see if Tesla really makes an attempt in the next couple of weeks to break to the upside and break over to that $300 whole number level. Okay, so now there is another indication for SPY to be potentially going down. All right, so now I'm done with Tesla here. Let me start bringing up the crap, the crap part of things in the market. All right, so today we saw a lot of these crappy dog shit companies short squeezing, right? And we're starting to see the short float percentage going up on a lot of these dog shit companies, right? For example, Affirm, right? Yes, Affirm had a great reaction to the upside over the Thanksgiving weekend because of Black Friday as well. As we saw that there's a lot of buying coming in from a lot of the consumers, right? The consumer is strong, all right? They're spending their money in this economy. So, Affirm decided to run off on that news, like with other e-commerce platforms like Shopify and even just on Amazon too. So, Affirm had an absolutely great short squeeze yesterday and today. And there are plenty of other stocks like GME. That's right, GameStop. All right, GameStop has been moving to the upside after hours as well. I mean, I could care less about what's going on today because after hours it moved up over $16. I give you guys a little bit of that pause there to kind of register what I'm saying. So that should have registered in your brain, guys, because if a stock like GameStop is going up, that tells you that the market potentially could be sitting right now at a top. It could be forming a top. So, stocks like Affirm, GME, and plenty of other crap stocks, right? Dog shit companies are starting to see their share prices starting to short squeeze. That could be a very, very good indication that the market could be forming a market top, at least an intermittent top. Okay, now before I finish this live stream, I want to give you guys a ticker that I'm looking at for us to trade, okay, this week. So LMND, this is already given to my private CFO Single Watch members in the newsletter on Sunday, and this is a reason why I chose this name too. So Lemonade has been seeing its short interest going higher and higher and higher, ticking higher and higher and higher. And it's literally at 33% at this point, right? And that's huge. And so this one has really good potential to have a nice short squeeze just this week. And if it does have a really good short squeeze, I want to see a candlestick like it saw back in the earnings day reaction back in November 2nd, or even just on Affirm, right? I want to see candlesticks like this occurring for LMND, Lemonade. This is another crappy company. So, Lemonade, if it's able to break over $18 this week, we should be able to see a very huge short squeeze all the way up to $20. Okay, so around 18. Okay. Oops. Okay. That's over 10% in gains. Right, that's a really good trade there. So, LMND, it's another name that I'm looking at. It's a crappy stock, but if these stocks continue to see their short float increasing, that percentage increasing, ticking higher and higher and higher, plus we're starting to see short squeezes on many other crap stocks, that could be indicating that the overall broader market is about to see some sort of slowdown to start an actual market pullback consisting of at least a negative 2% move back to the downside. All right, and mind you guys, I've already told this to the members on Sunday night. So if you guys want to be a part of the private CFO Swing and Watch newsletter and be a part of the private CFO Discord, make sure you guys check the link down below or just simply DM me on Instagram or even on Twitter. Okay, so LMND here is again making a very good flag here and also a great wedge. And I love the fact how it was able to reclaim and retain and close over the daily 10 SMA, further proving that this one is about to see some sort of a large short squeeze to the upside. Okay, so that is it for tonight, guys. I know it's a very late live stream, but I really wanted to give you guys a brief insight onto Tesla and what I truly think about Tesla in the long term, and the reasons why I believe Tesla can have a very vertical move up, a very good exponential move up, and the fact that maybe, just maybe, that Tesla can get back to that $300 psychological level, just for the sake of that buyer or buyers who are still sitting on that 300 strike call contract that expires on January 19th of next year. Okay, so I'm really rooting for that person or persons. All right. Okay, so that is it for tonight. Hopefully this was a very informative live stream, and hopefully everything continues to work out the way that it has been for all of us, because this week has been absolutely spot on. I literally described exactly what could happen this entire week so far in the newsletter on Sunday night. So if you guys want access to that, make sure you guys DM me on Instagram or Twitter. All right, have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys on Thursday at the normal times, okay, at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good luck and have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing and for watching.